This is Tain Town Centre, the oldest burg in Scotland.
Seemingly unimpressive, this was the rear of the building because the front faced the ocean since visitors came by sea in the old days. And here's Dunrobin. This is the main reason Jeanette and I came to Scotland. Not the only reason, but the main reason, to visit my father's family's ancestral home. Our ancestors, some of them lived in this castle, so I'm about 200 years behind that time. So there you have it, Dunrobin Castle near Golspie in northeast Scotland. We spent many hours at the home of the family historian and genealogist, and he explained so much about the family history. One of the many questions I had for him was, why did the family support the English government in opposing and fighting the Jacobites? And he explained simply that they did not want the Stuart dynasty to re-establish the Catholic religion in Scotland. After the defeat of Cumberland's army at Culloden, Bonnie Prince Charlie then returned to the continent. Now let's have a look at the interior of this stately home. Dunrobin's origins lie in the Middle Ages, but most of the present building and the gardens were added by Sir Charles Barry between 1835 and 1850. Some of the original building is visible in the exterior courtyard, despite a number of expansions and alterations that made it the largest house in the north of Scotland. The lands of Sutherland were acquired before 1211 by Hugh, Lord of Duffus, grandson of the Flemish nobleman Freskin. In my video, I tried to capture the many rooms that existed in this home, showing the office, the drawing room, even the nanny's room and the nursery, just to give an idea of what it was like for the family living there. During the Jacobite Rising of 1745, the Jacobites under Charles Edward Stuart stormed Dunrobin Castle without warning because the Clan Sutherland supported the British government. The 17th Earl of Sutherland, who had changed his surname from Gordon to Sutherland, narrowly escaped them, exiting through a back door. He sailed for Aberdeen, where he joined the Duke of Cumberland's army. Lieutenant Colonel James Sutherland, my great-great-great-great-grandfather, was born in 1726. It is known that James embarked on a military career as a young man. Presumably his commission was purchased by either his father or grandmother. Like many young men, he made his name in the wars on mainland Europe, and on 1st of August 1759 he saw action at the Battle of Minden, where he was on the staff of the British cavalry commander Lord George Sackville. His relationship with his commanding officer was clearly important enough for James to give his eldest surviving son and heir the name George Sackville Sutherland, who is actually my great-great-great-grandfather. After marriage, James set up home in Dunrobin Castle, where his 7 children were born. On September 4, 1785, the young Countess Elizabeth, whom James looked after from the time she was an infant, married the most eligible bachelor in England, Earl Gower, who became the first Duke of Sutherland. James then announced his retirement, having worked for the estates for almost 20 years, managing the 1,000,000 acres that they had. To this day, Elizabeth's husband, the first Duke of Sutherland, remains one of the most controversial figures in Scottish history for the role he played in the well-known clearances.
Harriet Countess Gower and Lady Elizabeth Sutherland was best friends with Queen Victoria, and they were godparents to each other's children. Interesting, isn't it?